Right, here we are. Just got the M43, well, 43M Toldi 3, which is the new tank. Just come out on the American server as a little freebie. So let's have a look at some of the details on it. Let's have a look. 230 hit points, almost 9.5 tons, engine power 155, 45 top speed, traverse 45, which is quite nice. And for a tier 3, 35 mil of armour on the front and of the hull and turret, quite nice with some nice angling. Let's have a look at the gun. Rate of fire 15, turret traverse 30, view range 270, signal range 400. Let's have a look and see how punchy this is. So 60, 80, 20, quite nice. 45 per shot, 0.43 dispersion, not bad. 2.1 second aim time, so a little bit of a long aim time. So we'll get into some gameplay, and I will show you what this tank is like. The sloped armour and the ability to work ridge lines exceptionally well is a significant advantage. The manoeuvrability is very good to allow you to relocate to get out of there if your enemy's close to within range. Your punchy gun will allow you to get through just about anything at this tier or the tier above, but the DPM lets it down. So if you get into a close combat battle with something else, they will take it to pieces because you just can't deal the damage to them. So as a freebie tank, there've been worse ones. So this is one that can actually work, but you've got to stay at range, allow your team to support, and to give you the view range, because that's one thing that this lacks is view range. And you've got to close, so you've got the disparity between having no view range on your own unless you're running binoculars, and having to close to deal damage. And once you close to deal damage, you're at the mercy of your enemies because they've got twice the DPM. So you've got to stay at range, use your binoculars or your team to allow you to function and to bring the effective gun, which can basically punch through just about anything, and allow you to aid your team from range and to protect you from the enemy closing on you. So with the angled front slope, nice punchy gun. It's quite a nice tank for taking your opponents to pieces, especially as the standard penetration's got 64 mil of pen, which should be pretty good for getting through the front of just about anything, including the likes of the T127, which are very strong at this tier. You could even, with premium, get through a Valentine 2, which is a very strong tier 4 vehicle. So that sort of thing, it would be very, very useful. 60 mil of penetration, and the Matilda, you'd be able to penetrate with this gun. It'd be hard, but you'd still be able to penetrate it with premium. So that's a very good barometer of how good this tank actually is. So you'll be able to use the gun effectively against anything that you will come up against, and even certain tier 5 tanks. So with 80 mil of pen, you could even take on a Panzer IIJ and have a 50-50 chance of penning. So this is very, very, very nice. Comparing the 43M Toldi 3 to the other freebie that was given out a couple of years ago, which is the LTP, which is similar in itself to the 127 on the Russian line. Now I thought the DPM was down. It's 703 DPM as opposed to the LTP's 1225, which is approximately the same as the 127. The penetration is significantly better at 64 instead of 51, which is nice. The reason that it's let down is it's only got a rate of fire of 15.6 instead of 26, so that's 11 rounds difference, which explains the difference in the DPM. The aim time is better by 5%. Dispersion is better by 0.5. On the move, not as good. Traversing is better. Ammo capacity is only 87 instead of 150, which is pretty bad. Shell velocity is better at 800 meters per second. Let's have a look. Shell cost is 15 instead of 14. Top speed 45 the same. Reversing is 20, which is nice. So it's two better. Power to weight ratio is better at 16.85. So it's nicely manoeuvrable around the battlefield. And terrain resistance is very good at 0.86, 1.05 and 1.63, so significantly better. Gun elevation 25 degrees, which is very, very good. And 10 degrees of gun depression, which is very good as well. Let's have a look. armour, 35, 13, 10, as opposed to 30, 20, 30. So the frontal armour is better, the sides and rear are weaker. The turret is 35, 25, 25, so it's better much better on the front, and 5 better on the front, and 5 worse everywhere else. Health is the same. The health is generally similar. The ammo rack's 10 better, the engine is 5 worse. View range, only 270, so it's got a bad view range in comparison to 270 meters instead of 310 with the LTP. Very bad. So that's one thing you need to do, is put those binoculars on to give you the ability to spot things. Otherwise, you need to get close, tank it, move on, use the gun depression, use the terrain resistance to get in hard and fire the gun. But it's better to fire from range, because the gun has its ability is to penetrate things at range, and not for them not to be able to penetrate you. And you can't spot things, so you need the binoculars to allow you to spot, or team members to allow you to spot. Bring the gun to bear, because it's going to take you almost 50% longer, additional twice the time, to do that additional 11 rounds to equal what your opponents will be doing to you. So you need the time, you need the ability to bring the gun to bear from range to be able to penetrate them while they can't penetrate you, the front slope, which is angled. So let's now look at the 3D model. Check out the vehicle. Hybrid. So this is the vehicle that we have in front of us. So the front plate shows us 24 mil. This note here, effective armor. Oh, phone. Okay, back from a phone. Right, angling the arm at the front. Let's find the best way of angling. That looks quite good. Let's move the turret. So the turret, you would then want to be firing over the front that way. So using the angling, bring the gun down as much as possible. Fire over, which gives you an equivalent armor of 40 across this slope. This area goes up to 50, 54 mil. This droid or so at the front, 40 mil. The top 70. The front plate effectively 48. Very, very nice. And the side, you're looking 20 to 40 mil if they're hitting the tracks rather than the spaced section. The side, that 15 to 20 mil. The turret, 45, so it's very nice. A small cupola at the top, you better see from this angle, which is 13. So this is very, very good at working ridgelines. So he's pointing at you. 32 mil at the sides, 35, 48. This slope, 36. Now you won't be able to see anymore. So if he's firing over, this area here, the equivalent of 60, 65 mil. That area behind 50, the droid 44. So use the ridge lines, which will allow you to maximise your safety, fire over, and bring that gun to bear from range while they're closing on you to kill you, and use the penetration of the gun to be able to go straight through them. So you've got to use this from distance, because once you start brawling, their DPM advantage will destroy you. So you've got to stay at range and get into a position to allow you to use ridges very effectively, which this can do. So this is the M43 Toldi. Let's get on. So let's get into the first battle. See what we can do with this. See how long? Only 74 players in the queue. Let's see how this actually rock and rolls. Come on, you know you want to. Okay, getting in. Let's have a look. LTP 38, T18, couple of Toldis. Right. Low numbers. It's early in the morning on NA, so the low numbers. So it's not going to look as good as it could stats-wise, because we can't actually do as much as because there's no opponents. So I'm going to move up into the bushes around about A7. Cover with binoculars, check out what's incoming, then move when I know where they're coming. So defend the base first, then move up. I don't want to get into a... And so I know how to play this properly. I don't want to push up, get seen, and I've got the binoculars, which are better in a hold down position and from range. Show myself the pen. 45. Sorry, 64 and 80. So it's quite a good penetrative gun. Depends on how the DPM stands out in real play. Let's aim over to the crossroads and look down to this other crossroads. Binoculars set up, so we should be able to see up to around about F6. With him spotting as well, I should be able to support him. So the front hull's looking over towards D0, and the front is looking over. The turret is looking over to. There we go.
Critical hit. Enemy armor is damaged.
He could be poking over there.
Enemy is hit. Penetration. Penetration.
50 is shot, so he can do a bit of damage.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
Time to move. Let's get close. Let's deal some damage. No kills yet, but it's looking okay. So let's see what we can do. Now, where are they hiding? Where would I be hiding? Uh, 44, 45 kph. So mobility's okay, not the best. So there they are. He's going to be dead. The other one's heading towards our base. Look how wide the reticule is at this speed. And that's why I've gone for the extra aiming ability of this tank, because it's a punchy gun, but it's not very accurate. So you need something to help you to aim better. Ah, gone. But good job, guys. I wish there were more on their team, so we could actually kill more of them. So let's see how we did. Third class with that few players. Okay. Oh yeah. So 949 experience, 1236 credits. Second on damage. Not bad at all. 9 shots, 7 hits, 6 penned. So quite good. Used a bit of premium. Came away with their 900 experience. It's okay. It's a fun little, funky tank. And we could have done a lot better. So it's a third class, but only against 8 players. So if you'd had a full team to go against, then it would have been a much more different story. So yeah, I think it's very, very interesting tank. So let's have a look more closely. Okay, summing up. The 43M Toldi 3. Is it a good tank? No, it's not a good tank, but as a freebie and as a Christmas tank, it's very nice. So good gun, nice and punchy. DPM isn't the greatest, but it's a nice bit of damage with the damage of as you saw, a 45 a shot, which was very nice. And light target 60 with HE, but I've decided not to do it because there's less chance of penning at this this tier. So that the penetration of 20 isn't adequate to make the HE work. So I decided not to take any. So is this worth getting? It's a nice little tank, and it looks quite fun on the battlefield. Turn speed of 45, which is enough. Okay, yeah, power to weight ratio, Nice armour with the 35mm sloped front plate. Nice track area. It's a very nice, solid little tank. And thanks, Wargaming. And thank you guys for watching the review. This is the 43M Toldi 3. I'm the Gaming Bear, and see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.